When it comes to Mexican cuisine, the taco may be the most popular.
Ah, yes, but the tamale, actually pronounced tamal, is the most loved. We're at a restaurant today where this Mexican tradition is the star of the show.
Today on
Su Vida. Hey, welcome to Su Vida. I'm JR Cardenas.
And I'm Vanessa Ramirez. And today we're hanging out at the Tamale Store. And JR, I've wanted to come here for so long. I normally get the tamales at the farmer's market.
You have been meaning to bring me here. Look, an entire store dedicated to this delicacy? Come on now.
Yes, and that's because the crew has elevated the humble tamale to an art form.
And in the interest of serious journalism, Vanessa and I are going to try every tamale in this store, girl.
And I cannot wait. But the tamale is so popular that they've dedicated a whole festival to it, and it's in Tucson. Take a look.
My belly.
My name's Ryan Clark. I'm the executive chef here at Casino del Sol. I'm a Tucson native. I've worked here at the casino for 4 years. I've been chefing in Tucson for 15 years. Absolutely love Tucson. Being a Tucson native, I grew up around kind of the humble Sonoran Mexican food roots. I love tacos, I love salsa, I love margaritas, but tamales are something that's very special to the area. One of my favorite tamales is the traditional red chili beef. You have to have the olives in them. Absolutely delicious. Something my family even has around the holiday time.
Today, we are making a red chili beef tamale. The first step in making is to have your corn husk and make sure you spread the masa in the corn husk. After that, it is followed by the meat. And if you like green olives or black olives, it's whatever you like. Put that in there, and then it is rolled and finished and set aside for your next tamale. Usually you want to make at least 2 to 3 dozen tamales to put in your steam pot. It should take you about 45 to 1 hour in cooking them. You don't have to make the masa in itself also. That can also be prepared at grocery stores also, the prepared masa. It's a good time to be together with your family during the holidays, and the best part is eating them. And that's pretty much that's it. Everybody would agree on the eating part.
Tucson Tamale and Heritage Festival is something that's very special, not only to Casino del Sol, but to the Pascuayaqui tribe. It's our 15th annual that we have here at the casino this year. We'll have over 100 vendors that'll be out there, over 10,000 expected guests to come out. It's a great time for the family. It's absolutely free. You come out to Ava, you can tour around, taste all types of different tamales. There's actual judging, so we'll have judges out there that are tasting different types. We have a traditional red chili, a traditional corn. We have a gourmet tamale, which gives all the chefs an opportunity to do something luxurious and different. And then we have a dessert tamale, so we'll see some of the sweet tamales as well. So if you make tamales at home, you don't have to be an executive chef. You could be just a great home cook. You can bring your tamales out to the Tamale and Heritage Festival and actually be judged by our culinary judges. Besides tamales at the Tamale Fest, we're going to have artisans of all kinds, dancing, live music. So we have so much to offer here at Casino del Sol. You can come down anytime. Great gaming, obviously. We have a plethora of restaurants, entertainment, golf, spa. So while you're down here for the Tamale Festival, make sure to check us out and have fun.
That looks like so much fun.
Yes, and so much food.
Yeah.
I'm actually warming up because, you know, my wife Erica and I are going to be judges at the Casino del Sol Tamale Festival.
Ah, that is cool. Well, you know what? I am judging this pork red tamale, and it is a 10.
Yes? What do you judge these Hatch and Jack tamales?
Oh, a 10 and a 10, just like the solote right here.
Oh, and they also have papas with chorizo, and that's a fundido-style pork tamale.
So
I'm having a vegetarian tamale with calabacitas and some rice and corn.
Oh, yeah, and you can't forget the homemade salsa. They make it right here.
Yeah, so we're going to take a little break while we eat, but we'll be right back.
Think we can finish it all?
Oh, we will. Stay tuned with more Su Vida right after this.
Su Vida is brought to you by Chicanos por la Causa. Join the cause for change.
Okay, well, while Vanessa's out shopping, I'm actually here in the kitchen, and we're about to make some tamales with the owner of the Tamale Store, Marta Castillo, correct?
Correct.
All right, so let's make some tamales, but I want to ask you a couple of questions, Marta. Tell me a little bit about the history of the restaurant.
We started in a very small shop, just myself. In the beginning, creating, transforming, doing different kind of recipes to get the right tamale. Then I start with one employee, and then we start going to the farmers market. After that, we decide to open a restaurant. Now we are a restaurant and a factory.
I want to ask you, so why no lard in the tamales?
Because it's the new modern twist.
Oh.
Yeah, I make tamales now with a different kind of oils to make it more healthy and so wonderful, and the masa is moisture, and the flavor is very good. You're not missing the lard in my tamale.
Yes, no, we don't miss the lard at all.
Yes.
No, it's a lot healthier. So, Marta, how important is it to have happy employees?
It's everything, because as the tamales is a celebration food, yes? When you make tamales and your memories, you're always happy because you are with your family. Here in my place, I love to have happy employees because I'm gonna have a happy product, see?
Marta, I'm not good at making tamales.
I know that.
But I'm telling you what I'm good at. I know, don't even show that one. I'm good at dancing. Do you wanna dance?
Yes.
Vamos a bailar. Así se baila. Pam, 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 param,
Okay.
pam, pam, param, param, pam, pam, param. This is the hip hop.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Vuelta, vuelta. Param, pam, pam, param, pararam, pam, pam, param.
In addition to delicious Mexican food, you can find a variety of treats here at the Tamale Store, just like this Mexican candy, Bandera de Coco. Recently, some Cox Communications employees in Atlanta enjoyed a special treat of their own, a performance by a very special guest in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month. Take a look.
Hi everyone, I'm Sofia Arroyo, and I'm sitting here with Delma Herrera. We're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month here at Cox. Tell me, Delma, what we're doing here today.
Well, we're really excited. So we have a Latin Grammy-winning artist that's coming to visit with us, Aimee Nubiola. And so we're happy to have her. Everyone's looking forward to the amazing music that she'll play, but also we're excited because, I don't know if you know, but she was a lead in Celia. So it's exciting, and we can't wait to see her. One of the major things that we do, obviously, is we serve across the country, and we have a large percentage of not only Latino customers, but our employees as well. So it's a big deal for all of us. And on top of that, we launched a Latino ERG a couple years ago. And so this is like a big plan that's come along for the last almost year to kind of put these events together to really get our employees excited about celebrating the Latino heritage, getting to see some amazing things that help not only our Latino employees feel really good, sharing our culture, but also folks from other cultures that can really see what the Latino culture is all about. And música is, we're all about it.
It's one language.
La música es el idioma universal, definitivamente. La música no necesita explicación. Es más, a veces cuando la explicas, la echas a perder. Hay que dejar que cada quien se imagine cosas. Yo me acuerdo que nosotros en Cuba escuchábamos mucha música americana y no sabíamos nada de lo que estaban diciendo, pero el ritmo nos contagiaba y a veces venía aquí y decía, ¿tú sabes lo que están diciendo? No me digas lo que están diciendo. Y entonces nos dábamos cuenta que no necesitábamos entender textualmente, sino que uno se lleva una idea y se deja llevar por el ritmo, por la melodía, por la magia que tiene la música y te conecta de una manera porque sencillamente no estás cuestionando nada, es una cosa estética que se refleja en el gusto de cada persona y uno es libre de escoger me gusta esto, que yo no, y entonces es algo muy lindo la música. Soy Aimee Nubiola y te estoy invitando a que disfrutes de mi video musical y de las películas más taquilleras de cine Sony disponibles por Cox On Demand ahora.
Whew, JR, I'm still working on this tamale, but you know what helps? This ice-cold margarita.
Yeah, I'm having some water, but you know what would really help me?
Huh.
A beer from Big Dog's Brewery.
Ooh, check it out.
We're here at Big Dog's Brewing Company. We've been part of Las Vegas since 1993.
Las Vegas Boulevard in Sahara was the holy cow. And as a kid, you're not thinking beer, but you're thinking that big cow that was outside. They got their start in 1993, the original brewery in the city.
Our founding owner, Tom Wiesner, he grew up in Wisconsin and noticed how brew pubs and breweries were there and how tied they were to the community. So back in the early 90s, coming here to Vegas, he wanted something like that. And then from 2002, he then made the final decision to say like, hey, let's move the brewing operations to its current location here.
At the time, also the founder of Big Dogs, Tom Wiesner, had passed away. And so his son, Kurt, had continued the company and then switched the name from Holy Cow to Big Dogs because his dad was known as the Big Dog.
I mean, you got to think, the Draft House has been here for 30 years, and we've been in the brewing industry for over 25 years. So the type of patrons that come here are like several generations.
You talk to people that came here, you know, for breakfast and lunch as kids and remember, you know, watching Packer games here.
It's really cool to see that there's a lot of community ties to the Draft House and to Big Dog's Brewing Company in whole.
They love great beer, and we're always just trying to brew with our patrons in mind.
We've consistently won awards at some of the biggest national and world competitions.
Not only at the Great American Beer Festival, which really for American brewers is the most important awards that you can win.
We've won World Beer Cup golds, so saying basically the best beer brewed in the world for 2 years. So it's the Olympics of beer.
And then in 2016 and 2017, we won a bronze for the Belgian style triple and then a gold for the Belgian style triple. So to win an award for the same beer 2 consecutive years was phenomenal.
Red Hydrant is probably our most award-winning beer easily. I mean, we've won several medals for that beer.
So when you walk into Big Dogs, you can get great food 24 hours a day. And you can get fresh beer. If you come in, people are going to remember you and know your name. And we have great comfort food and great beer here.
You know, we're always constantly searching for what's available to us and what's the best ingredient available to us. So from hops to barley to, I mean, you name it. Even certain brewing equipment that can help us, you know, produce better beer. We're always looking at stuff like that.
So Big Dogs, we're really fortunate that the community supports us so much, and our growth is really based on the Las Vegas locals demanding our beer and drinking more of our beer. And we just continue to grow, and we hope that they continue to support us.
All right, JR, I think this is number 3 for me. What number is that for you?
I think 67 or 68, easy.
Oh, that's almost a world record for you.
I know.
But you know what I'm ready for? A sweet treat. And yes, they do have dessert here at the Tamale Store.
Oh my gosh, I think I still got some room.
All right, well, we're going to make some room if not, because you do not want to miss this sweet treat. We'll be right back. Su Vida Musica is powered by Mega 104.3 and 101.1 The Beat. Hey, welcome back to Su Vida. I'm Vanessa Ramirez.
And I'm JR Cardenas, and we're at the Tamale Store. And take a look at this.
These are pumpkin pie tamales, and they taste as good as they look.
Yes, they are all available at the Tamale Store, but only during the holiday season. So make sure you come out here and pick up like a million.
Ooh, all the spicy goodness wrapped up in a tamale and topped with some sweet cream.
I'm not surprised these taste as good as they look. I mean, a culinary artist creates magic. Here, it's tamales. But in the hands of a talented vintner, it's an incredible bottle of wine. Check this out.
Hi, well, I'm Sam Pillsbury. I'm the owner of the Pillsbury Wine Company, and we are here about 15 miles south of Wilcox in Cochise County in the middle of the Sulphur Springs Valley. I planted my first vines down here 19 years ago. And one of the jokes that year when I planted 20 acres of Rhone varieties on David Letterman was one of the 10 best ways to lose money was to plant a vineyard in Arizona. And all I could think of was, that's how I got all this land for $400 an acre, suckers. And it's turned out to be a good choice. I grew up in the US, mostly on the East Coast. My family emigrated to New Zealand when I was 13, so I went to high school and college in New Zealand, and then right out of college I got a job with the New Zealand government making documentaries, which I did for 5 years until I knew I could do everything myself. I started my own film company, and in 1980 I wrote and directed the first New Zealand feature film to get into Cannes. But I got so many work offers that even though I'd bought some land on Waiheke Island, which is just off the east coast of Auckland, to plant wine grapes, and I still didn't have any idea how to do it, I got moved to the States, and I lived in basically Hollywood for 20 years making movies. And one of the reasons I wound up here in Arizona is I was actually flown to Phoenix from Auckland to shoot a pilot for Universal, and this was 27 years ago. I thought I knew everything in those days, and I tasted a bottle of Chardonnay that was grown in a little vineyard across the road, and I've been drinking Chard for 20 years, and I'd never tasted anything like it. It was astounding. I basically drove down the next day and bought this land and planted these vines. In those days, there was one vineyard in Cochise County. Now 75% of Arizona wine comes from this actual area. It's a terrific. In the last 4 years, in the San Francisco Chronicle, we've got 2 double golds and 2 golds for over 4 years. A double gold means all 5 judges gave it a gold medal. So we're pretty pleased with how this works. In the last 2 years, we've entered 28 wines in the San Francisco Chronicle American Wine Competition. So it's the biggest, toughest, most highly respected wine competition in the United States. It has 7,000 entries. And so far in that competition, we've won a medal for every wine we've entered, including a best of class for our Malvasia, 4 double golds, 4 golds, and 24 silvers. We had someone from the Chronicle visit our tasting room the other day, and she looked at all of our medals and she said, "This is extraordinary." She said, "Do you know, we consider it exemplary if somebody gets 3 out of 4. You got 28 out of 28. It's pretty funny because really, I don't even know what I'm doing, you know? I mean, I made movies. I never went to winemaking school or worked for somebody else, but we kind of figured it out. This entire place is made up of recycled and dredged material, stuff we found in the dump, stuff we pulled out of mines in the mountains, stuff we found lying on the ground. That's the base for a bed that I'm putting in one of the bedrooms. And my friends jokingly refer it to as Sam's Thunderdome, you know, the Mad Max winery. It's really lacking in elegance, but it's incredibly efficient. It works really well. And we're getting more awards than almost anyone else in the country, so it just shows that what's important isn't all the flash stuff, it's actually what you do. I mean, what we're here about doing, so if you come here, you're welcome, see how it really works, see how it really happens.
Wow, that could be our next stop. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, that sounds like fun, but right now I'm enjoying these delicious pumpkin pie tamales.
Oh my gosh, they are so delicious, just like everything else here at the Tamale Store. So we're gonna continue eating. We'll be back with more Sevilla right after this.
Small bites, small bites.
Okay.
Vanessa, the holiday season's right around the corner. You know what that means.
Yes, family, friends, and comida. And tamales play a big part in our holidays, so if you're like us, it's time to stock up.
Oh yes, you know, the Tamale Store during the holiday season sells about 5,000 tamales per day. Let's do the math. That's about 100,000 tamales during the holiday season.
Yeah.
So get them while they're hot or while they're frozen. You know, we always keep a freshly frozen batch at our house just in case those unexpected guests show up.
Ah, speedy meal in minutes. You know, life moves fast, so you gotta be ready. And at one Arizona racetrack, things are moving incredibly fast. Check this out.
Apex Motor Club is a country club for motorsports located in Metro Phoenix in the city of Maricopa, about 35 minutes from Sky Harbor Airport. We are a 2.25 mile racing circuit that's membership based. It allows a member to come out and drive their vehicle at their convenience. It effectively allows them to own their own racetrack without paying the premium that it would cost to build. A motorsports country club is no different than a golf course and a membership-based golf course. Basically, you pay a membership initiation fee, and that allows you to golf at your convenience. We're no different than that. Instead of a golf course, we have a road course, and so that allows these members to drive their vehicles instead of going to the driving range. I think a really neat feature of Apex Motor Club is the private garages for a number of reasons. One is half of our garages reside on the hot pit. Formula One style, you open up your overhead door and you can drive your car right out onto a racetrack. That's unique to any club that we're aware of, certainly in North America. Not only that, it's your own domain, so almost scratching the surface of what's available for an owner to do with a unit such as this. The great thing about Apex and being membership based is there's no sanctioned races, there's no pressure to come out here as a novice. We have people, in fact, some of the cars you see on the track, those people have never been on a racetrack until 3 months ago when we opened. And we put you through our academy, we coach you, and it's like learning your own golf course, right, with your own pro. So we teach you all the fundamentals of not only performance driving, but also how to handle your track in your car. And that's the neat thing, you don't have to have a race car to do this either. You can come down in a street car, anything from a Mustang GT all the way up to a Ferrari race car. So we run the gamut out here and we accommodate anybody in between. There's a lot of sensations when you drive these cars. And part of the challenge is when you drive, you can't really drive them the way you want to drive them on the streets. You have to come to a place like Apex. And you get to feel the adrenaline from the acceleration, the G-force from the braking, the way the car will turn on a corner. And it also challenges your body, and there's a lot of endorphins that are released because of all that excitement that goes on and the concentration levels that your body commands or the vehicle commands for you to control it. And it's a rush, many other sports. And you don't have to be the best athlete to do this. There's a lot of kind of regular folks that come out here and get to experience that same thing as the guys that you see on TV on every given weekend, right? And that's a pretty unique opportunity. And it's smiles for miles down here because there's really nothing else like this. You can't check this box in very many places.
Well, Vanessa, all delicious things must come to an end.
No!
Yes, yes. We want to thank Pauline and Marta for having us here today at the Tamale Store.
Yes, so the holidays are right around the corner, so make sure you stock up. I have my Hatch and Jack, and I have a dozen of pork.
Yes, I've got my handmade Southwest veggie, and I'm going to take about 6 more dozens from here.
You know, I love that they're made with no lard.
Yes, Vanessa, we do have the most amazing jobs in the world, don't we?
Yes, and the biggest waistline. We had so many tamales today.
Biggest waistlines. Those are facts. We'll see you next time right here on Su Vida.
So how many dozen should I take home?
I take 55,000.
55? How many do they make a day?
About 5,000.
Wow.